Good evening, everyone. My name is Lawrence Hardge. I am the founder and CEO of EV Global Technology Incorporated, and I'm also the CEO of Hardge EV Global Washington, D.C. Today I'm here to make a special announcement. I did a partnership with Mullen Automotive that's based out of Brea, California. They have other additional locations in Indianapolis, Michigan, and in Tunica, Mississippi. I'm proud to announce that I have partnered with them with their technology. And I'm going to be brief today, but I want to give you guys some facts. What is the facts that I give is documented. And as you know, Mullins is a publicly traded company, and you're always under the spotlight and you're always being watched. So whatever you say, the SEC is monitoring it, and whatever you represent, it should be factual and nothing less. I'm not here I want to make sure I give you this disclaimer. I'm not here promoting stock investments, none of the above. I'm just providing an update as a new partner with Mullins. You make your decision based on what you feel comfortable with. But I just want to make sure in no shape or form am I here to raise stock value. What I will say, regardless of whatever may have been going on with Mullins and the timing of Mullins, all of that has changed. Mullins is moving forward. My job is to make sure that they follow through on the promises and commitments that they have made. They have brought in a great team, a lot of engineers, some of the top in the country, and I admire them for that, because they're kind of like myself. Keep quiet until you're ready to go. Don't call people to the kitchen to get a slice of the cake when it's still in the oven. Have them to come and get a slice when it's ready to go. And that's my motto, because the cake may not come out right. It might be all puffed up, leaning over. Some of y'all know grandma sometimes cook the cake and it's all puffed up, and she said, nobody eat my cake till I get it right. And that's how I am when it comes to business. And most of all, I want to give a special thanks to David Mush, the CEO of Mullins, and also James Taylor, the Chief Operating Officer of Mullins, for giving me an opportunity. This is not something, everyone, that we just woke up one morning, they say, hire Lawrence Hardge. There's a process. We've gone through numerous tests, validations. I was picked up because I had already gone through the proper certifications, the various tests, real-time tests with our vehicles. We're not talking about some rosy dyno test where you run the vehicles at 25 miles or 35 miles, no lights on, none of that, and then get EPA approval and say that the car goes 250 miles. And then when a person buys a car, it gets close to that as long as it's one passenger. So I understand the battery anxiety, what we have when you buy an electric car. So my goal and objectives was, hey, I own a Tesla, I own a Chevy Bolt, I own a Porsche, all type of electric vehicles. And I'm not here to slander anyone, say anything negative about the big three. I have introduced our technology to them. They liked it and so forth. But you got to look at also, these companies have invested hundreds of millions of dollars in batteries and all end up with the same results. So for some of you tech guys, let me explain something to you today, because I keep it real and I don't sugarcoat anything. You can build a battery the size of an 18-wheeler trailer. You're never gonna get a car that runs 1,000 miles off a battery. Number one, batteries do not store energy. They house energy, and it's depleted as you go when you're in a total electric vehicle. It's not like a combustible engine in a combustible car where you have an alternator. As long as there's gas in the car, the alternator is gonna run until you run out of gas. The battery in the car is only there to start the car. Once you start the car, the battery applications is no longer needed. So what I created, everyone was investing all this money trying to build a better battery. So when I come along, it's kind of like when we introduced this, the companies were happy, but they were not happy. They have to explain to their shareholders, we invested 20, 30 million, hundreds of millions in a battery. How do we explain to our shareholder, some garage inventor out of Mississippi come up with a technology that cuts the battery cost in half and extends the battery technology mileage and distance from 75 to 300% based on the technology. So when I come to Mullen, I say, listen, this is how we're going to do this. We're not going to make no rosy announcements to impress the shareholders. I want to give them the facts and the truth, okay? Although our tests on some occasions may show that we've done 300 miles, 400 miles, but these was real time. And after this interview today, I want you to look around when you start seeing electric cars. 99% of the time when an electric car passes you, you probably only see one passenger. You never see two passengers. You never see three passengers. You never see four passengers. You got four doors, but there's always one passenger. The Hardge way, the Hardge charge, 4 passengers. We test these vehicles in all type of elements of weather. Cold weather, hot weather, hills of mountains in Tennessee, mountains in Georgia, mountains in Colorado, downhill, uphill, in traffic, sitting still for hours. And the results come out the same. So I suggested, if you put that sticker on that window, it better well do what you represent, because customers are buying something based on what you present to them. If I buy this cell phone and you tell me it gives A rating pictures, and I buy this cell phone and it's only giving me C rated pictures, you're going to be upset with the person who sold it to you and also the manufacturers who made these claims. And you can't always say, oh, it's going to give a good photo based on the elements of where you're taking the picture. And this is what they say with the electric cars. And they're truthful to say that. But in this case, under promise, but over deliver. So if you buy a car that was built the Hardge way, and you say that car gives you 350 miles to a charge, and that's with 4 passengers, we're not talking about 1. Or if it gives you 400 miles, and you live in Colorado, you only get 350, which we promise, but however, in Colorado, you may live in a certain location where the mountain, and you're getting 600 miles, you're gonna go to social media and say, hey, I bought a car, and they said they only get 350, but I'm getting 600 miles, and I live in Colorado. You're gonna be happy, you're gonna give A1 reviews. If you got a car, you live in Texas, and it's flat land, 4 passengers at night, and you get 800 miles, but we only promise you 350, you're gonna love this brand, okay? And it's quality. And some of y'all know, coming out, this was a challenge, okay? Number one, people say like he was a loser, and it's like Abraham Lincoln, he ran for president numerous times, and he lost every election to the final one time he won. He won the election. So I don't want to do business with people who never fail. I want to do business with people that will fail trying to get where we are today, because they know we're going to try it this time.